Hi, everybody, and welcome to the GSEA interview for today. Today, we're going to be interviewing Austin Lang, who's from GreenCups.ca. He's a student at Mount Royal University in wonderful Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and we're looking forward to getting to hear your story. Now, before we start, for those of you who are tuning in for the first time and haven't seen one of these interviews, I wanted to tell you what the GSEA is, what that acronym stands for, and who the heck is EO. I'll start with EO. EO is an acronym that stands for the Entrepreneurs Organization. We're 12,000 members across the world, and we're a global network of entrepreneurs and business owners. And we get together to talk about business improvement strategies, personal development, and also community engagement. And that's what brings us to the GSEA. GSEA is an acronym for the Global Student Entrepreneur of the Year Award. And Austin is the winner of the Calgary competition. Congratulations, Austin.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, we kind of went just excited to share our story and won, and now coming to Vancouver, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. Well, Calgary's an impressive entrepreneurial city, so I'm sure you were up against quite a few strong competitors.
Yeah. I was a little bit worried at the event, but I was actually excited to meet all the people that we were competing against, and we're actually working with some of them now. So.
Oh, good. Well, and if you make it to the finals and you end up joining us in Frankfurt, Germany, you'll meet even more student entrepreneurs, and your network just grows and expands, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I already said you go to Mount Royal College, but what program are you taking? What year are you in?
So I am in my last year. So this is my 5th year of university, I guess. But I was I'm in the business program with a minor in entrepreneurship and human resources. So that's kind of my educational piece, graduating at the end of this year in June.
Very exciting. And it's exciting that you're going to be graduating anyways. I was in university for 7 years, and I'm not a doctor, so don't feel bad. Yeah. So when did you start Green Cup?
So I started it about partway through my 3rd year. And I was really looking at the problem of coffee cup waste, and really had no mindset to start a business around it. I was really just excited about coffee cup waste and how I was going to kind of solve that problem. So started, I guess, in 2014. I would have started in September of 2014.
Wow. It's pretty exciting. Coffee cup waste is something that's probably on all of our minds. I was already at Starbucks this morning, and I'm still using the disposable adult sippy cups. I shouldn't be, but I keep losing my, my stainless steel ones. So that's my weak and flimsy excuse. I like your idea.
A lot of people go through them, so I can't.
I like your idea better.
Can't blame you for it.
Yeah. So. Tell us a little bit about the company. Have you got a partner? Where are you operating? Where are the cups manufactured? Tell us.
Yes. So I have a co-founder and one person helping us out with operations. But the business idea really started when I met up with my co-founder. Her name's Emily Bartlett, and she was the marketing aspect to my crazy environmental side, and really was the reason that it became a business. So I have a lot to owe to her, but she works for a marketing company at Mount Royal, and really heads up our social media and really brought that marketing aspect to the team. And obviously, being an advertising company, that's a big feature of what we do. So. That's kind of the team there.
So then tell us about how the cup works, because I went to your website and I looked at it and I think I understand it, but can you draw us a picture? Tell us a story about an actual client.
For sure. So the cup is a compostable cup, which means that it works and looks the same as a regular cup. It's actually made out of a plant plastic lining. And the problem with that is it costs twice as much as a regular cup. So what we did is put advertising on that. So our current client right now is MacEwan University. And so we put MacEwan advertising on the surroundings of the cup. And then we distribute those cups into 13 high schools here in Calgary. So
Smart.
MacEwan University is getting directly into their target market and also impacting waste reduction in the city. So
Very clever. Yeah, that's great. And that's what you
yeah,
so that's
so
what you
it's
talked about. You only provide your cups into a closed environment. So that is a university, an entity that wants to advertise or just, create brand awareness to high school students who are their incoming students. And so you provide those cups then free to the high schools, or what's the cost of the user
yeah,
or the
so
vendor?
we actually work with a company called Cocoa Brooks here in Calgary, and Cocoa Brooks is they run the cafeterias of all the high schools, or most of the high schools here in Calgary, and we give the cups to them at a lower cost than they would be buying cups for right now, and that allows them to save money while also switching to a green alternative. So.
I think the green alternative is a really important part of that. That's such a clever idea. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So, and I'm sure it hasn't all been smooth sailing. I mean, has something gone wrong? Have you got an entire order of cups that got delivered to one of the schools with holes in them or upside down ads, or
Yeah, we've hit a few bumps and blips here and there. Actually, our first campaign with MacEwan University was supposed to launch in September, and our manufacturer delayed us until around November. So that was like, oh man, our first order and it's already delayed. Like that's not good, but it just so much learning happened there, just trying to figure out when we need to put our orders in, how much faster we need to do things, and make sure everything runs on time. And thankfully, MacEwan University is a really good partner, and they were okay with their ads going in a little bit later.
right? So who had to head up that conversation? How did that happen?
So I was in charge of that, and I had originally sent off the artwork and everything was going well, and then we hit a bump and they messed up all of our artwork and printed a bunch of cups with the wrong artwork on it. And so that's what was the major delay in it. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to pay for these cups that have the wrong artwork on it. So I phoned up MacEwan University. I was like, okay, just so you know, I need it. Like, it needs to be perfect for the first run. It needs to be great. And I just want to let you know that we're going to be a little bit delayed, but it's gonna look better this way. And Mary up in MacEwan University, she was like, yeah, don't worry about it. As long as it looks good, make sure it looks perfect for when we do go into the high schools. So
Perfect.
that was very helpful.
Yeah, good. Well, you had so you have great relationships with the people you work with, and you're open and honest with them, transparent about where you are in the process.
Yeah.
So when you and your partner sat down to debrief after that small disaster, what did you guys learn? How have you changed your operations based on that?
So I think the biggest takeaway is just being more prepared for like having more of a timeline in place. So making sure that we have the artwork maybe 3 months out from delivering the cups to the high schools instead of 2 months, because then we have that leeway just in case something does go wrong, and always keep in contact with our manufacturers, because I feel like if we maybe were on top of them, sending them an email or sending them a phone call every couple days, it might have been a little bit better than just leaving it and hoping that it worked out, right?
Right. Excellent. Well, I won't ask where your supplier is, but my mind is spinning with guesses. Don't say it. Don't say it. So you're still a student. How busy is your workload? Let's switch gears here to this balance that you have, this crazy balance between I'm a student who's waiting to get out and I'm an entrepreneur who's waiting to get moving. So what's the balance there?
So I was really like I was so driven to create this business, and I was like, you know what, like I'm gonna do whatever it takes to create that. And at the time, I was like, oh, school doesn't really matter that much. And I was like, oh, I already have this business, I already have all this going. And then I realized like my grades weren't going down, but it wasn't because I wasn't like it wasn't because I was trying harder at school. It was actually because the business that I had started with Green Cup was actually supplementing my learning. So I would go into the classroom and say like, "Oh, I've ran into this supply chain problem before. Like, this is how I dealt with it." And the teacher would be like, "Oh, that's awesome!" And my grades actually went up. So that was just an awesome coincidence that being in Mount Royal, especially the profs are hands-on and
Right.
really, really small classroom. So I actually got to sit down with some of the profs, and if I was going through something in the business that I was like, oh, you probably know more about this, while in their class for supply chain, I'm dealing with an actual supply chain, and they're like, oh yeah, let me help you. And
Perfect.
so that was super helpful, and yeah, that's kind of worked out in my favor.
Good. Well, I love hearing stories like that from all entrepreneurs. Going back and talking to people who've already been there. I think it's Warren Buffett says we all need to learn from mistakes. They just don't have to be our mistakes. Right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here and do a little interview so that the people that are going to be joining us in Vancouver on February 21st for the national finals have a sense of who is Austin Lang when you take the stage. So I'm looking forward to meeting you face to face, as are the other contestants and the rest of EO Vancouver. We're all pretty excited about this upcoming contest.
Yeah, I'm excited to come and share my story. So
yeah, excellent. All right, Austin, we'll have a great day. Good luck with the rest of school and your supply chain issues that you're having. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. You as well.
Bye-bye.